Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another Epic 7 video for you guys today. And today we are going to be talking about Landy's builds, what sets you want to run it on, what artifacts, how to invest into her with skill enhances in MolaGora, and where she's good in. So basically just all about Landy in general. Now we're making this video because there is the limited triple banner going on right now, and most of you guys, if you guys don't have Landy, are going to end up choosing her because I highly recommend her and she's a very strong unit for both PvE and PvP content. That being said, before we talk about Landy though, we have a giveaway that is ending in I think 24 hours from now on Instagram. It is a chance to get free Google Play points that you can use on your Epic 7 account for whatever packs you want. And all you have to do is follow me on Instagram and follow the directions on my post, which will be in the comment section down below and also in the description box. And basically it's just a chance at free rewards, so why not? So make sure you guys check out the giveaway. It is ending tomorrow, so you guys want to make sure you get onto that ASAP. That being said, let's get started with Landy. So Landy, very powerful unit. We're going to talk about where she's good at first. So she's very good in PvE for basically anywhere that needs a DPS unit. She is a very, very powerful DPS unit or damage dealer unit, as you'll see when we read her skills. You can basically use her anywhere that's not a fire boss, and even against some fire bosses you might want to bring her because she's just that good. Very good in like Banshee normal, she's very good in Asmonak 13, she's very good in Ice Expedition, very good in Dark Expedition, very good in Light Expedition. You can also use her in Hollow Trials as well. She's very strong in Abyss, very strong in Adventure Mode for the harder episodes like Episode 3 and Episode 4, and she's very powerful in Hell Raid, so she's basically good everywhere. In PvP, where is she good? Well, she's pretty much the same. She's pretty much good everywhere. You can run her on defense teams for Arena and Guild Wars. I've used my Landy on defense since her release after her buffs. She's just super strong. You can use her on offense teams as well, and you can also use her in World Arena. She's a pretty contested pick, although not as much as before because there's a lot of counters to her. Cough Cough, Milim, and Cough Cough, Hwayoung, the most OP unit in the game right now. But besides those units, you can still bring her into a lot of teams and not struggle too much. That being said, you can tell that she's a very good unit and why you want to pull her. So what makes her so good? We're going to talk about that by looking at her skills. So her S3 is an AoE attack that will grant all allies increased speed. Very nice. You get to basically speed buff your team for free. And then you also see our push as well on top of that. And you'll also not be able to trigger a counterattack. Now you're going to see when Fighting Spirit is full, you'll use all that Fighting Spirit to penetrate target's defense by 50%. So against tanks, this will do a lot of damage if your Fighting Spirit is full. And this has a soul burn, which we'll talk about in a bit, that you can use for an extra turn. Her S2 is increased attack after attacking. This works on dual attacks. So basically after 3 turns of attacking, you're going to have your 60% attack bonus, which is crazy. And you also get the Fighting Spirit that you need for your S3 by having buffs granted to the enemy. So every buff on the enemy team will grant you 10 Fighting Spirit at the start of your turn. So this makes her a very powerful unit against buff heavy teams. She'll get a lot of Fighting Spirit from being against a Fallen Cecilia on the first turn. She's very strong against like Maid Chloe. It works for Conqueror Lilius's Vigor as well. There's a lot of buffs that will make it very good. And you're going to start the battle with 50 Fighting Spirit. So against Fallen Cecilia, you're going to basically be able to proc your defense penetration right away, which is very, very nice. Next, we have our S1, which is a single target attack. This will also see our push herself, and this will double actually if the enemy's buffed, which will happen a lot in PvP and PvE. So you're getting a 30% CR push, and you're also going to get extra Fighting Spirit. So you're going to notice that she CR pushes really fast because she has her S1 CR push on herself, and then she also has that S3 CR push for her entire team. Now I was talking about her soul burn. Why is this really good? So if you're against a Maid Chloe team and you have immunity buffs up, and Maid Chloe already went and has both the attack buff and the revive buff on her team, you can soul burn her S3 and get 2 full bursts, or not full bursts, that's the name of her skill, full Fighting Spirit S3 attacks off, which will penetrate defense by 50% on both hits, and also CR push your entire team by a 30%, so very, very strong. This makes her very strong to buff heavy teams, and even against teams with not that many buffs, she's still very strong. She does a lot of damage. When you finally do get your S3 off, you do a lot of damage, and also your S1 does a crazy amount of damage as well. I also forgot to mention, when your Fighting Spirit is stacked to 100, your cooldown will reset on your S3, so yeah, that's why you can S3 and then Soul Burn and then S3 again with no cooldown, because if there's enough buffs and you get Fighting Spirit, there will be no cooldown at all. Very powerful unit, guys. Definitely recommend that you pull her from the triple banner if you don't have her. It's not worth waiting till October or November when she comes out usually, because she's just that powerful. So what do you want to build on her? So there's a lot of builds for Landy. There's a counter build, there's a speed build, and within the speed build, there's like a cleave build. There's also a bruiser build, right? What do I recommend? So I think counter build is the hardest to build because you're gonna have to run around a specific artifact, Bloodstone, which you're gonna want at plus 30, so it's pretty hard to get. It's a 5-star artifact. And also, you're gonna have to make her super tanky while able to have enough speed to take turns. So if you are a super whale late game player, you probably don't even need to tell you how to build a counter Landy, because like honestly, I can't even build a very good counter Landy myself. So you guys probably know more about that. But basically, you just want to run her on super tanky, like 160 speed, right, and then about like 250 crit damage if you can, with max crit chance, obviously, like 2.5k attack, 3k attack. And then you want to run her on Bloodstone or Proof. So the more common builds that you're going to see are the ones that I'm running. So speed set plus either crit is okay if you run her on super fast, but most of the time you'll see her on immunity. The reason is because, yeah, you don't want her to, you know, get like blinded or attacked down. It makes her very weak. But most of the time you're going to run her at around 200 speed, and then you're going to run her at pretty much the same attack and crit damage as me, but you're going to lower the speed by 60 and you're going to up her HP by like 6k, right? Otherwise, you can drop her defense stats and make her more faster if you want to run her in a more offensive team, which I've been doing lately and having more success on. But if you want to run the more standard bruiser Landy that solo carries your team, you want to drop her speed that I have here and then up her health to about like 16k, and it's very good. Defense is hard to get on her because her base defense is low, but if you can get to 1k, it's pretty nice as well. Just make sure you're about 100% crit chance, 250 crit damage, and about 2.5 to 3k attack is very nice as well. That being said, what artifact do you run? So counter set, you're gonna run Bloodstone or Proof. On speed bruiser set, you can run Proof of Valor as well, but the best artifact is going to be Guiding Light. So if you plan to use Landy a lot, you might want to pull for Cerise as well from the triple banner to get a chance at Guiding Light. Very strong because she cycles super fast, which gives her a lot of chances to actually proc the stealth. And if you soul burn an S3, you can have another chance at proccing the stealth, which makes her very strong. Also make her a lot more tankier. If you don't have a Guiding Light, you can always run her on like a damage artifact like Portrait, or even Proof of Valor is very nice for more tankiness. Yeah, but otherwise, besides those three, it's hard to, you know, choose another artifact for her. If you want to cleave, like Wall of Order is okay as well, her own, but it's not that great. But yeah, basically, Guiding Light is going to be the best choice for her for most builds. Otherwise, like Bloodstone's pretty good for counter build as well. That being said, how much do you need to invest into Landy? So typically for DPS units, you're going to want to invest everything. Obviously, you're going to want 6-star because you get a lot of damage. Awakening is also very important as well because every single stat matters, and her 6-star Awakening Stone is actually going to be health, which makes her a lot more tankier. So you don't want to, you know, cheap out on her investment. She's a very good unit, so you want to max out her Awakenings. And also for skill enhances, you're going to want to max out because, yeah, you want more damage on her S3, you want more damage on her S1, and you want more damage from her S2. All damage. She's a damage dealing unit that's very tanky if you build her correctly. So you really want to take advantage of her kit and make sure you actually fully invest into her. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Landy. Very good unit. If you guys did not pull for her from the triple banner or from last year's limited banner, I definitely recommend it. She's very strong, very worthwhile investing into, and I do not regret anything investing into her. She is going to be the holder of probably your best gear. For me, I don't really use her as much anymore because in higher end PvP, it's pretty hard to use her as much as before, but you can still use her. But in early game PvP, mid game PvP, and for PvE in general, like she's a beast. She's very strong like everywhere. All you have to do for PvE, by the way, guys, is if you run her on like a PvP build, like a speed set build, all you have to do is swap out Guiding Light for Daydream Joker or Bloodstone for Expedition and stuff like that, and she's good to go. So yeah, that being said, I hope this video helped you out, guys, and make sure you guys participate in the giveaway. I want to see more of you guys participating, so you know, we have more people participating, if that makes sense. But yeah, we'll be doing more giveaways in the future as well, so I'll let you guys know and keep you guys updated on that. And as always, guys, thank you for supporting the channel. The giveaway is for 10k subscribers, which is kind of late, but you know, we're doing it anyways, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.